Hey guys, it's Lillian and we're back with Duck Detective. So, we're still missing some words, but this looks a little fishy.
Let's see what's hidden in here.
What are you doing?
Secret detective business. The electrical sparks and blinking lights created a claustrophobic atmosphere. I definitely felt that I wasn't supposed to be here.
Yeah, you're not the IT guy.
What's he keeping in all these boxes?
Good question.
I don't think it's meant to do this.
Nope, definitely not. Oh, bags under eyes, anxious. Breadcrumbs, shame. Let's see. Oh, tattered hat. Poor Duck Detective.
Has that been there the whole day?
Indeed, it has. This looks like somebody's living situation.
Honestly, this is nicer than my apartment.
Just a little bit. Easy. Airbus 100 Schmark vouchers. A new unused 100 Schmark voucher now selling for 80 Schmark. Airbus 100 Schmark vouchers. So he's selling vouchers for cheaper. How to delete easy selling history. Dad, this is not Google. Manipulate history, confusing message, computer illiterate. Cameras. CCTV. Huh.
What's up with these Airbus vouchers on easy?
Still missing some adjectives. You can't take the pond out of the duck.
What are you doing in there?
Nothing.
Snooping around, are we? That room is strictly off limits. I even put up posters.
This is for important detective work.
Huh?
Someone's upset. Okay, clearly I'm missing something. There are no ducks on the moon. Did you know that? Did you know that there aren't any ducks on the moon? Margaret, do you have something new to say?
Maybe I should. It can't be that hard.
Writing a book. It's hard.
What do you think of this note?
It's no surprise she's left, is it? Would you want to work with someone you've dated in the past?
Interesting. Receptionist. So Sophie got kidnapped because Sophie wanted to snitch. Uh-oh.
Sophie got kidnapped. There must be more to this.
The Salami bandit kidnapped Sophie to make her stay quiet about, oh heavens, illegally importing salamis? Oh wait, this isn't, Rufus blackmailed Manfred to make him stay quiet about Rufus illegally selling vouchers. Who's providing? Margaret is the one that's providing vouchers to Rufus? Ooh.
So this is what Rufus and Margaret were doing with the vouchers. It might be illegal, but this wasn't what I was here for. I needed to catch the Salami bandit. I quickly needed to find out where Sophie was being kept. I also couldn't let the Salami bandit get away with this. It was finally time to find out who was behind everything.
Oh. Sophie is at Bearbus's office in a bus?
Oh my god! That's where she is being kept. It's important that I stayed calm now. I couldn't alert the culprit, or all of this will have been for nothing. I needed to first figure out who is behind everything, so I could confront them.
Okay. Oh. Handwriting is the same? Let me go check something. Do I have the letters in my inventory? Birthday letter. Can't view the birthday letter while it's in my inventory. Can I view anything? Oh, it's the same blue pen. So, Manfred is the Salami Bandit because Manfred... the Salami Bandit and his handwriting are identical.
Manfred is the Salami Bandit. That makes a lot of sense. Ironic that his handwritten note meant to frame Fredersen ended up incriminating Manfred instead. Something was missing here. Who else was involved with this? I had collected everything I needed. I just had to organize my thoughts.
Wow. Importing of the Salamis. Sophie? Okay. What about Boris? There we go.
The Salami Bandit wasn't working alone. It made sense for the bus driver to be involved.
Wait, I can interact with the... Oh, this is...
Someone forgot their phone.
ATS enjoyers. This must be from Sophie. Almost dead. Are your Man, are your parents still angry at you? A bunch of gibberish.
This is curious. Why would she write like this?
Cause she was being kidnapped, obviously.
What do you think of Sophie's resignation?
Oh? I guess Boris was overdoing it a bit with that present. I did tell him to cool off a bit. Why are people not listening to me?
Who knows? Let's see. Infatuation. Oh. Sophie is the Salami Bandit's accomplice because she used to date Boris, and the Salami Bandit needed someone who could convince Boris into helping. That makes sense.
I couldn't believe Sophie managed to talk Boris into this. Aha! I had it all figured out now. It was time that I confront the culprits. But first, I had to free Sophie.
Oh man. She really was in the bus.
Sophie! What happened?
What's going on out here?
Why is everyone yelling?
This looks dramatic.
It's kind of a long story.
And guess who deduced said long story? the one and only Duck Detective.
Read the room.
This is how everything went down. The Bretzel Bearbus branch was suffering losses and had their budget cut as a result. Manfred, worried about the financial stability of his family, felt himself backed into a corner. This is when he became the Salami Bandit. He made his grand plan of salami smuggling and realized he couldn't do this alone. He recruited Boris, since it would be easiest for the bus driver to load and unload the wares discreetly. The bus would go through a customs check at the Salsiccia bus station first. And then, Boris would take a detour to get the salami and load it onto the bus. This is why the buses always had a huge delay. It wouldn't be easy to talk Boris into crime, so Manfred convinced Sophie to join the team. Boris's obsession with her would make it easy for her to manipulate him into helping with their plan. Everything was going well until the Duck Detective, that's me, infiltrated the office. Freddy was meant to be the scapegoat for the crime, but I'm not fooled that easily. Sophie began getting cold feet and ultimately wanted to confess to the police. Manfred couldn't have this, so he interfered. In an outburst of panic, he abducted her and hid her in the luggage compartment of one of the buses. And this is why Manfred stole Laura's lunch.
What?
Everything is figured out, but who is truly guilty? Manfred, Sophie, and Boris are all involved in the smuggling. Who should get arrested for their crimes? Manfred was the mastermind behind everything. Should Manfred get arrested?
Absolutely.
He is the reason this all started in the first place. Of course he should be arrested. What about Sophie? Without her, the smuggling wouldn't have been possible. She manipulated poor Boris into taking the salami across the border. Should Sophie get arrested?
I feel like the answer is yes. Because she knew what she was doing. And she was manipulating Boris. She could have said no, and then it wouldn't have been possible at all.
What she did was clearly illegal. She needs to face the consequences. Boris was at the end of the chain. Had he refused to take the salami on board, the plan would have not worked out. Should Boris get arrested?
This is a little divisive, because I feel like he was manipulated into doing it, but I feel like he probably could have said no as well.
He might have not realized what was going on entirely, but that doesn't mean he's not liable for engaging in the smuggling. All right, I've made up my mind.
Perhaps he'll get a lighter sentence for being a mule.
I will report to the state police. Manfred! Sophie! Boris!
And I do it again! Anything to secure my family's well-being.
I'm not sure grand-scale salami smuggling was necessary for that.
How else was I going to cope with all the budget cuts?
I don't know, man, but smuggling?
If anyone actually worked in this office, we wouldn't have such terrible performance in the first place.
Hey, I work!
Yes, and then you keep asking for promotions. How am I going to give anyone a promotion if we have people baking cakes during working hours? And while we're at it, Rufus, how dare you embezzle money from the company and then threaten me?
That's... Rufus said we're only doing that until his book takes off. And then I'll play the lead alien in the movie adaptation!
Look who's going to jail now, Manfred. Not me, that's for sure.
Rufus should still go to jail.
I stand by what I said. I regret nothing.
What is this? If I had known that calling the duck detective would result in this, I would have never done it. You were supposed to find out who stole my lunch, not accuse my best friend of smuggling.
I knew this was a bad idea from the beginning.
And yet you didn't, and you still complied.
Why did Boris have to lose the bag? My God, he is such an idiot!
Oof.
I had no idea it was that important. Why didn't anyone tell me about the plan? You said your cousin was ill, and the only thing that would make her happy was the salsiccia salamis.
Oof.
I should have known. If you're stupid enough to believe that, then you're also too stupid to bring a couple sausages across the border.
Wow, you really did quack the case, Mr. Duck Detective.
Get out, Freddy.
You're just as cool as I imagined.
Not now, Fredderson.
Bad timing, buddy.
The truth. The truth is an ugly mistress. But it is my duty to throw bread to the fine beak of Lady Justice.
98% of players decided to arrest Manfred. There was really 2% that didn't. 66% of players decided to arrest Sophie. And 70% of players decided to arrest Boris. That's interesting that less people would have convicted Sophie. Huh. I like how they provide stats at the end. Ah, and there's the credits. So this is such a cute little game. I love like deductive games and puzzle games to begin with, but this was so cute, and you gather all the adjectives and adverbs and nouns, and then you put them together to figure out the mystery, and it's just so cute. And the voice acting was amazing. If you don't know, there's at least 3 people in the cast that I actually know. Like Brian David Gilbert, it says right there that Freddy was Brian David Gilbert. Duck Detective is Sean Chiplock, who he's like Kinger in the Amazing Digital Circus, as well as Rivali in the Great Deku Tree from Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. But there's also Lizzie Freeman, who's been in a lot of anime, and she's also on the Digital Circus.
Crap.
Guess we're jumping back into the story.
I completely forgot to collect my payment from Laura.
Oof. You did this whole thing pro bono.
Everybody already went home. How am I going to pay for the bus?
You still want to take a bus?
Guess I'm walking home.
Could be worse.
Ahem. Need a ride? I just booked this one. It's been such a long day after all.
No, thank you.
Oh.
Come on, it'll be fun. Plus, you must be tired after all the detective work.
I really don't.
Please?
Yeah, fine.
Great. Now I finally have time to tell you all about my ideas for your social media.
Please don't.
I could get you tons of publicity.
No.
And imagine, we can team up,
Absolutely not.
and I can be your sidekick.
You got you brought this on yourself, Duck Detective. You got in the car. But that's the end of Duck Detective and the Secret Salami. So yeah, cute little game. I loved playing it. They just came out with the next one. You can see it says The Ghost of Glamping, and I'll probably jump into that one next. But it's such a cute little game. I love the aesthetics. I love how it plays, and it was just a fun game to play. So that's gonna do it for this episode. I hope you guys like what you saw. If you did, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!